The practice area of general liability basically is negligence claims. There's liability and there's damages. Liability is their fault, and damages is have you been injured, and if so, what is the extent of your injury, and also are there any economic damages. We must establish there's a duty of care. The way to do that is, are they the property owner, or are they a contractor or someone who's working nearby and has a duty to provide for your safety? The next thing would be, does the tortfeasor breach that duty of care? And if there is a breach of the duty of care, does it cause an injury? And if there's an injury, then what are the damages? New York general liability claims basically have a 3-year statute of limitations against private entities. But if it's a municipal entity, there's a 90-day notice of claim requirement. So within 90 days, you have to file something called a notice of claim, which is basically an accident incident report, an official one that must be filed. And if it's not filed, you may lose your right to sue. Municipality also would have a 1-year, 90-day statute of limitations, with the prerequisite that the notice of claim be filed within the 90 days. The notice of claim does not start an action. It preserves your right to bring an action. So it's very important that you reach out to a lawyer as soon as you're injured to find out if there are any such prerequisites to filing suit and what the applicable statute of limitations is. With regard to the municipality, there also may be a notice requirement. If you're injured, a defect in a sidewalk or a street, we would also have to show that the property owner had noticed that there was a defect and failed to make it safe. Usually the notice must be in a written form. As far as damages go, that pertains to economic and non-economic damages. Non-economic damages are pain and suffering, permanent limitations on your ability to perform the functions you used to perform, whether it be work, recreational activities, interaction with your family. Economic damages would be in the form of lost wages, lost fringe benefits, medical expenses, and that's the type of evidence that we would develop when we handle a case. Monitor the medical records. We would work up the damages. If the injured client can no longer go back to work, we would get the income prior to the accident evaluated by an economist to project the future income losses, as well as we would get the information to a life care planner in certain cases to project what the future medical expenses would be. The damages could be quite substantial depending on the severity of the injury.